From the Republic Media Network headquarters, it's time for Arnab Goswami on The Debate. Arnab Goswami on The Debate.
And ladies and gentlemen, good evening. It's time once again for Super Primetime Max on Election Eve night. And it's time for the debate. Tonight, the night before the result, the tantalizing night, the slightly more than exciting night, the night before the epic verdict of the world's biggest democratic exercise. Oh, what a night it is tonight, and what a night it is going to be tomorrow night. And even though every major exit poll in India is united is saying that the ground pulse is that Modi is coming back with a big bang, a big mandate, there is always a restless energy and excitement in the thrill of verdict day. And we'll be bringing that to you live from 6 a.m. tomorrow as India is waiting, as the world is awaiting how much Modi will be back with, like the students who haven't studied before the exam. The opposition leaders have pre-decided the story that they are going to cook up if and when they fail on result day. Should I say when they fail on result day? Akhilesh, Rahul Gandhi, suitable combine have pre-decided that they will be doing andolans tomorrow, demonstrations, writing to the president if the verdict is not as per their expectation. So the EVMs, in other words, should be tweaked as per Rahul Baba's fantasies of 295 for them, for the numbers to be acceptable to Rahul Gandhi. In other words, this ludicrous approach of threatening to go on a dharna if they fail, of switching into an anarchy mode if they don't get the result that they want, is possibly the most strange response that I have seen by any opposition alliance, group, party or individual before a result. I have never seen this before. What are they doing, you would ask? If the plan was to activate their foreign friends to start doubting the verdict, then at least they shouldn't have let the cat out of the bag already. Because with Akhilesh Yadav going on record tonight about his great and grand record of being a master of protest, the INDI Alliance has declared Shaheen Bagh style that they be the losers. They are being predicted to be, then they are going to get into complete Andolan Jivi and Dharna mode. Ladies and gentlemen, this is an incredible confession. The night before the results of the largest election in the world, the opposition parties come together and say that when we lose, we are going to go crying and say we won't accept it. We are going to, if necessary, protest against the people of India. We'll stand against the verdict of 140 crore people of the country that they don't agree with the view of every single person who went on a hot summer afternoon to go and cast their vote, that they don't agree with the fact that India is the world's largest democracy, that they don't agree with the fact that we have the greatest institutions and the greatest public participation and the youngest voter base of the country. And because this does not suit their Lutyens' mindset, they will protest against the people of India. But let me tell you, viewers, if they do that, rather should I say if and when they do that, you must not, I must not stay silent either. Two big debates tonight. One, blame EVM, attack the Election Commission, hold a protest. This is what the INDI's post-loss strategy looks like. That's debate number one, viewers. And debate number two this evening, election after election after election, the same story. Either they say the results are rigged, or they blame the EVMs, or they question the Election Commission. We say accept the verdict. They say we won't. Ladies and gentlemen, that's two debates, and here are the headlines. this Monday evening on the Debate Tonight. From boycotting the exit polls, to abusing pollsters, to calling their numbers fudged, the INDI Alliance in a pre-result huddle, planning their post-loss strategy, they are preparing for their own defeat.
नया संस्था आंदोलन लड़ने के लिए तैयार बैठी है, बलिदान करने के लिए तैयार है। देश का युवा फिर से कफन सर पर बांधकर कह रहा है, मेरा रंग दे बसंती चोला।
Akhilesh warns of June 4th chaos, mentions demonstrations and protests. INDI leaders planning a chaotic result day tomorrow. How nervous can they really be? Congress leaders speak on record and off record. From questioning the Election Commission to targeting EVMs, all are part of their post-loss strategy. Election Commission sets the record straight, speaks of the threats inside and outside India, responds to Congress fear-mongering on result day proceedings. In his letter to the country, Prime Minister Narendra Modi takes a firm stand against the lobby. He says that as a nation, we must collectively free our society from the pressure of professional pessimists. And be with your network and your channel, the ones you have trusted for every election over the last 15 years. I promise to bring you the fastest and most accurate numbers with the deepest research on result day tomorrow. And in the midst of a political upheaval, the INDI Bloc has given away the plot. Its June 4th agenda. Akhilesh's disclosure is nothing but a sheer example of how the INDI Alliance is resorting to anarchy, with warnings of potential chaos and protests in case of defeat. The INDI Alliance is prepared with a post-loss strategy. Amidst the rejection of exit poll surveys, they are saying they are contemplating protests, press conferences and massive EC bashing.
और अपने देश के भविष्य बचाने के लिए नया स्वतंत्रता आंदोलन लड़ने के लिए तैयार बैठी है, बलिदान करने के लिए तैयार है। देश का युवा फिर से कफन सर पर बांधकर कह रहा है, मेरा रंग दे बसंती चोला।
After rejecting exit polls, after casting doubts on EVMs, on the eve of the final verdict, SP chief and INDI ally Akhilesh Yadav of the INDI Bloc is speaking about protests and demonstrations.
इसलिए जनता इस बार गांधी जी को याद करते हुए करो या मरो की तरह आंदोलित हो गई है और अपने देश के भविष्य बचाने के लिए नया स्वतंत्रता आंदोलन लड़ने के लिए तैयार बैठी है। जनता स्वतंत्रता सेनानियों की तरह बलिदान करने के लिए तैयार है। देश का युवा फिर से कफन सर पर बांधकर कह रहा है, मेरा रंग दे बसंती चोला।
Akhilesh has revealed the INDI Bloc plot for the 4th of June. The Congress agrees, confirming that it's a synchronized plan to create chaos tomorrow.
जो एग्जिट पोल आए गलत साबित, तब भी भाजपा थी, शाइनिंग इंडिया था, और अब भी मोदी भाजपा, और 295 प्लस सांसदों के साथ हम सरकार बनाने जा रहे हैं। ये हमारा दृढ़ विश्वास, दृढ़ ईमानदारी के साथ आकलन है जो वहाँ हमने मतदाताओं में देखा है।
Akhilesh Yadav wants a rerun of the Capitol Hill showdown in the United States. It seems like just the exit polls have rattled the anti-Modi bloc.
इसका नाम एग्जिट पोल नहीं है, इसका नाम मोदी मीडिया पोल है। ये मोदी जी का पोल है, फैंटेसी पोल है उनका। थैंक यू।
कितनी सीटें आ रही हैं आपके हिसाब से?
सिद्धू मूसेवाला का सॉन्ग सुना आपने? 295।
Tomorrow result, we have to wait. Just wait and see.
How hopeful you are to form the government now?
Well, we are very hopeful that our results are completely the opposite of what the exit poll is saying.
Apart from the call for anarchy on June 4th, the INDI Bloc seems to be making strategies for its post-loss scenario, from calling for demonstrations to holding press conferences and targeting the Election Commission. They are pulling all stops. And the Prime Minister had already seen this coming.
लेकिन मैं देख रहा हूं कि पिछले कुछ समय से इस देश में एक नई जमात पैदा हुई है और वो है आंदोलन जीवी। वो आंदोलन के बिना जी नहीं सकते हैं और आंदोलन से जीने के लिए रास्ते खोजते रहते हैं। देश आंदोलन जीवी लोगों से बचे, इसके लिए हम सबको, और ये उनकी ताकत है। उनका क्या है, खुद खड़ा नहीं कर सकते चीजें, किसी की चल रही तो जाके बैठ जाते हैं।
So I have some wonderful panelists here with me tonight. On my left is Niladri Bhattacharya, and I have Abdul Raza Khan and Subir Bhaumik, senior journalist. Thank you very much, sir. On my right, I have Ratan Sharda, I have Ramnik Man, I have with me Saurabh Shah, senior journalist. I have with me also this evening Saurabh Ganapate, data analyst. He's on my other set tonight. And I have with me, just being seated, Karan Verma as well. Now, what is going on here? Saurabh Shah, let me start with you. They have started dropping hints that if the results are not as per their expectations, they are going to go for the agitation route.
It is their genes.
Their genes?
It is in their genes. In 2019, much before the elections, they were predicting that it might be a hung parliament. At that time, I had written that there is no question whether Modi will get second term or not. The question is what this opposition will do after Modi wins this election. And at that time, I had predicted 5 years ago that they will spread anarchy.
You had said they will.
They will spread
but
anarchy.
This time you think they actually will. They'll do it.
Then Shaheen Bagh came. Then Farmers Andolan came. Then there were so many things. Delhi riots at Bangalore also. Even in Gujarat, Adivasi Andolan. Everywhere they spread.
So the street protest route, I'm just taking quick turns with everyone. Subirda, they have tried the street protest route to counter an electoral result a couple of times, whether in the farmers' agitation or Shaheen Bagh, CAA. Whenever they feel that they cannot win electorally, they tried the public anarchy, violence route, you know, the violence about the SC/ST Act, farmers' protest, Greta Thunberg episode, CAA, Shaheen Bagh come to mind. Do you think they'll do this tomorrow, or is it just a threat?
Well, I have 3 points to make pretty clearly. You know, initially the opposition has been saying that we are coming to power. Then they have been saying the exit polls are bullshit. Now they are saying massive rigging. I'm used to these kind of allegations in Bengal. When CPM used to win the elections hand down, Congress and then Mamata Banerjee used to say massive rigging. Finally, we have seen that when the people's mind really changed, the CPM was booted out of power. So point is the credibility of the allegations. Say in Bangladesh, when the opposition says that, you know, how can Awami League win 90% seat?
True.
There is some amount of truth in that. But Indian elections have been fair. There is the other day also I raised this issue with you.
Yes.
During the conduct of election, how many complaints have been received and how many, on the basis of that, has any election been countermanded? If you don't raise any complaint at the time elections have happened, say on the day of the polling.
But they're very desperate this time. You know,
later
ask
on
Razak, how desperate are you?
Because let the results come first.
Yes, so let's assume.
We have requested the ECI to go ahead with clean counting. We want the ballots to be counted first, and then let the EVM start. Let us wait for the numbers, and then let us talk. before even the numbers coming in, how on earth is it possible to believe the exit polls?
Numbers come.
Sir, please give me a moment. If you look at each and every state, sir, people's anger was visible. If you look at Modi ji's body language, it was very clear that they have already lost it.
Preparing for agitation.
Sir, how on earth do you come to a conclusion that these exit polls are exact polls? I am saying just wait.
No, sir,
it's a matter of just 10 hours.
They have already decided.
No, 1 minute.
No,
Let me get this one.
The people were unhappy.
I think there is
3 lakh people protested against the government, against their own people.
I think
BJP people standing against.
during the
youth
peak,
unhappy, but still you say 400 par. How can we believe this?
It will be sawa 400 par.
Oh, sir, please.
Sawa 400.
Oh, sir.
Can I? 1 minute. Let me get everyone in, please. 1 minute. So, I'd like to go to you, Ramnik ji. Is there a foreign hand in this? Because at the end of the day, they must be reaching some constituency. Earlier, a Delhi Congress leader was part of a WhatsApp group which mobilized protesters, quote unquote, in December. These messages pertain to December 2019 when anti-CA protests were at its peak. They were peddled as organic protests. In those chats, this lady could be seen asking when Omar Khalid and others will reach the venue for the anti-CA protests. Then they were sharing organizing details of the protests, getting the cars organized. This time, ChatGPT creators, OpenAI, have found an Israeli campaigning firm which was paid a lot of money to create a certain narrative. I'm not saying this in isolation. We all know about the Hindenburg report. Is there something deeper than what meets the eye this time?
You need to put things into perspective, Arnab. Number one, Rahul Gandhi says, have you heard the song, Moosewala song 295? That's the number
Why
of
is he
seats we are
saying
getting.
this?
Hear me out. Let me. Well, he's trying to evoke an emotion though. But he's committed himself to the number 295. If they are getting 295, as per the Congress's topmost leader, what are they mobilizing their people for? Number two, the Congress party said we will boycott the exit polls.
Yeah.
Today they are saying they will boycott the results.
Yeah.
You need to understand, where is this coming from? Whether it is coming from Rawalpindi, or it's coming from Langley, or it's coming from Tel Aviv. They have to come out clear and tell. Okay, where is these fundamentals they are coming up from? Now, as far as the love and hate that the gentleman was speaking about, people show and shower their love and hatred through the ballot. They press the button and they prove who they love and who they hate.
Yeah.
If the people don't like the Congress party, if they love Modi, that's something you need to deal with and correct. You need to introspect. As to whether, sir, let me finish. Whether you have been able to touch the pulse of people or not. When you come out in the open, do not discuss the core issues that matter to the people of this country. And you talk about, caste censors, and you talk about GST related to caste. I mean, such buffoonery. People are smart now. And roti, kapda and makan has been there for 75 years. You've not been able to provide it. Yeah. Modi is providing 84 crore people with ration.
I wonder what they're angry about. I ask you, Niladri, and I'm coming on that side of the set also. I'm saying that, Niladri, see, you're angry. For whatever reason you're angry, and I can quite understand the range of emotions that you're going through. After all, I don't want to rub it in, but Ratan Chadaji, they're almost zero. Look at Congress. 0 in Bengal, almost 0 in Gujarat, your state, sir. Andhra Pradesh, Odisha, Himachal Pradesh, Uttarakhand, Delhi. INDI is projected to win 0 to 3 seats. This is a reality. You see, somewhere you will have to, if you want to be not accepting reality, what is your alternative?
No, there's no question of not accepting reality.
You'll burn the country down.
You cannot, because just listen to me. So dissent is the pressure cooker of democracy. We have a very robust democracy.
What are you trying to do?
But let me finish.
And this is dissent, cornerstone of democracy.
But at the same time, India has a very strong and a stable democracy. The people have voted, and let us wait till tomorrow to see what is the results. These are the statements coming out. You are trying to behaving like Indira Gandhi of the 80s, where she used to see the CIA hand in everything, and today you are also saying that we see the foreign hand in everything. Elections have happened very fairly. Let us wait to see what comes out.
Ratan Sharda.
You can see the electronic train today, which
No, but here there is a crucial.
Just one minute. So let him come.
Only today I have written a letter that how long will article, how long will we have the insanity of shouting on the studios, coming on the streets? So all the democratic norms have been dropped. Any bill passed in the Lok Sabha must go to courts, must be fought on the streets.
No, if you suspend half of the opposition and then you want to get a bill passed.
Anybody.
No, let him come. It's a very, very serious thing. Please bring him in. Please bring him in. Please bring Pula Rao in.
Now, if you look at all these years, for 5 years, this is happening. We have seen the threat to democracy coming on the street to
should be made to see
by the government. Now,
Indian democracy is strong enough.
Now let us look at the other side. You have all proven how YouTube has been cutting, pro-Modi YouTubes, giving them lesser revenue. How Facebook is cutting down those threats. All is available on the net. Everything is available, so you can't deny that. So there are foreign forces. You can't deny that. Now coming to the actual issue, to my mind, as I said, we have to stop this insanity, because democracy is to live in a positive manner. You cannot go on street everything. First you fight the election, then you say EVM काम नहीं करता. The 20 lakh EVM.
No section of the society is happy with the government. How will you come at these numbers?
Let us have a sensible debate.
Sir, farmers were
Razak ji, it's not.
How have you reached?
You are doing. You are creating.
Don't speak, Razak, on it.
Assessment,
You can't allow people.
Can you let him complete? Can you let him complete?
What the issue was?
Let him finish his point.
Indira Gandhi, there was days when Indira Gandhi lost election, she fought back in 80, right? BJP lost every election, got 2 seats, fought back for 12 years to come back.
Get one more chair there.
Mamata Banerjee fought on the streets for years together, even left Congress to come to power and defeat CPM. Don't you have any patience?
That
You
is
don't have
why
any grace in defeat.
Get another chair there, yeah.
Grace in defeat.
Never in history
cannot stop someone from
never in history
protesting.
did the election commission behave like this.
Protest, right to protest,
Never in
right to
history
Get another chair, Leslie, in the middle.
percentage number of voters.
When you win the
instead of
election,
actual
EVM is
number
good.
of voters.
When you lose the election, EVM is bad. That basic philosophy has to be dropped.
No, if that is true, what stops you from counting the VVPAT and voting along with the
Just one minute. One minute.
Cannot have both ways. जीत गए थे EVM बहुत अच्छा है, हार गए थे EVM कचरा, ये नहीं चलेगा. लोग people not buying argument.
We are therefore I'll keep
Rahul Gandhi
re-emphasizing.
gets so many freebies, doesn't get any support because
Sir, this is
they will not deliver.
This is the first time.
All the while.
Sir, this is the
Right
first
from
time.
day one.
तेलंगाना में क्या कोई process नहीं
Sir,
किया.
this is the first time we see an election commission, a 3-member body, reduced to a 1-member, and the
दिल्ली में
elections
क्या
are
चल रहा है?
declared.
आप promise fulfill नहीं करोगे. How will you
First time we see in the country.
आप promise नहीं करोगे
Constitution provides for
fulfill.
3-member
Bengal
elections.
I would like to.
Resign.
1 minute, please. 1 minute. Can you just give me a moment? Can you just give me a moment? Ratan ji. People say there are some people who speak for the people of this country, some people don't. This is the basic argument. If I speak too much, they say, oh, you're a Modi Bhakt, you're a right-winger, this, that, whatever, fine. I say, okay. I believe I have more people of the country with me than people like, what is that fellow? No. Arey, that fellow, Kanhaiya Kumar, he lost from Begusarai by a margin of 4 lakh votes. He says, I'm the voice of the people. Now, CPI-ML, just some statistics for you, Karan. CPI-ML has a national vote share of 0.1%. They are the voice of the Indian people, Karan. They are the voice of the Indian farmer.
Sir, in that way,
ye log,
also
1 minute.
This farm protest.
Karan is on the debate. Karan and Razak on 2 sides of the screen. Everyone quiet. Karan and Razak, please, 1 minute. Let Karan complete.
People lose, people win. Does not mean that you don't contest.
Razak, don't shout now.
He could not even win in his panchayat. आपका जो लीडर था फार्म प्रोटेस्ट का, अपने मोहल्ले में 10 लोगों ने उसको वोट नहीं दिए. तो ये तो आपकी हालत है. Arnab, these obstructions have been long rejected by the people of this country. आपकी दुविधा यही है, ताउम्र यही गलती करते रहे, धूल आपके चेहरे पे, आप आईना साफ करते रहे. Look within, you have failed to connect with the people. आपके जो 11 करोड़ वोटर्स थे, आज भी वही 11 करोड़ है. BJP has leapfrogged from 7 crore to 24 crore voters. They've expanded their base. आप वहीं के वहीं खड़े हो.
तो मंगलसूत्र छीनने की बात नहीं कही.
वही आंदोलन वही सड़क पे उतरना,
वो भी बात की सीधी थी.
पीपल हैव
न्याय दिलाने की बात की, पीपल कनेक्ट की बात की, युवाओं के लिए बात की, महिलाओं के लिए बात की, इस किसान के लिए बात की.
आंदोलन जीवी बना.
हमने तो औरंगजेब वाली बात नहीं की. मुगल, मुर्गा, मुसलमान, मंगलसूत्र.
आप यही
बताइए
वालों के they want to piggyback Arnab on the backs of these YouTubers.
Who connected with people?
इतनी बुरी हालत है, खुद इनके पास कोई बोलने को नहीं. यूट्यूबर पकड़ा है. आप जाओ यूट्यूबर पकड़ो, औरंगजेब राठी पकड़ो, कन्हैया कुमार पकड़ो, इनकी जमानत जब्त होगी. They will get less than nota if they contest. That is your reality.
A lot of people say nowadays, Pula Rao ji, Saurabh, they say that, you know, when we look at social media, we feel that Modi is losing. Now, what is social media? You ask them, who is social media? No, big leaders. They say, big leaders. Kaun sa bada neta? Then they say this Dhruv Rathi fellow. I said, but he's staying in Germany, you know. He puts out some tweets from there. Then they say Yogendra Yadav. And I say to them, which Yogendra Yadav? They say Yogendra Yadav who went for CA protests and all that. I said, is he the same Yogendra Yadav who formed a party called Swaraj Party, which cannot win a housing society election? It contested from 4 seats and got 0 seats. 0 seats. Complete failure. Deposit loss. He becomes the voice of India. And every Tom, Dick and Harry goes to him and says, Yogendra Yadav ji, who will win? I mean, a man who cannot win a corporation election. Pula Rao ji, not a corporation election. He has decided how many seats are being won or lost in Uttar Pradesh. Pula Rao ji, some sanity. You seem to be a reasonable man.
In this democracy, whether you win your housing society election or your club election, you got a role to play, and he's playing a role. He's being heard. You are talking about him. Why are you talking about him? Unless his idea is vibrant, unless his idea is going somewhere. One
minute. Can't win the election, not even thousands of votes, and she has 1 million followers. So social media doesn't make leaders. To work on the field, you need very well.
No, you see.
You can't be sitting on the social media filing Twitter.
Let me tell you. Let me give you the best.
One more, just one.
No BJP leader won on his performance. They were just saying Modi, Modi, Modi. Please accept this. Please accept this.
Make it brief. Make it brief. Don't heckle. Don't heckle.
Sir, it was
Ramnik Man. 1 minute. Ramnik Man's turn. Ramnik Man. This abject. Razak, stop shouting. Razak, stop shouting.
क्या किया? Tell me.
Don't shout from there.
राहुल गांधी कहाँ से जीत रहे हैं?
Raman Malik.
अमेठी से वायनाड राहुल गांधी इसके
Ramnik.
राहुल गांधी को खुद का ठिकाना नहीं है.
The issue was fairness of election, Arnab, when you started. Let us not discuss results. They will be there tomorrow. Right. The thing is credibility of allegations and fairness of election. Now my point is very simple. On the day of the poll, if nobody raises any protest about the conduct of election, and 5 days later, when the exit polls are out, they are saying massive rigging and Santras and all that, this does not wash. On the day of election, if you have said here rigging has taken place,
prove it.
Exactly.
Prove it.
So if you cannot establish unfair elections on the day elections are held, then 5 days later, as an afterthought, due to certain circumstances, if you are making a huge point, massive rigging, this does not wash. No. It does not work that way.
Sir, why did the election?
No. And if 1 minute, Razak, don't try to anchor the program. I'm saying that if you have made a claim.
No, I'm not talking about
Razak, 1 minute. I'm coming to them on this side.
And I think elections have not happened properly. I have to raise my voice.
I have doubts on election commission.
No. You have doubts on election commission. But on the day of the election, Razak bhai, on the day of the election,
election commission,
Ratan ji, on the day of the election, aapne kuch nahi.
1 minute, Razak. Sir, 1 minute. I'm on this side, sir. I'm saying that yes, a claim was made. Ramanji, a claim was made that 150 district magistrates were called by the Home Minister to influence the result. And as you know, the Election Commission wrote to Jairam Ramesh saying, please prove your point. Have you heard a response so far from Jairam Ramesh? He had time till 7:30 today. In your view, this isn't this shoot and scoot classic Congress strategy? Is this serious politics? Saurabh?
Arnav sir, what I'm seeing is when Joe Biden came as the president of the United States, the whole liberal media was saying that we also want a Joe Biden. But the moment, and they were considering Tejasvi Yadav as Joe Biden. But the moment BJP won in Bihar and the moment Narendra Modi ji is winning in India, what they are saying is now they are becoming Donald Trump. They are not allowing the current government to swan in. This is the final opportunity for the opposition, according to me. Because what happens is this, for the first time I'm seeing on social media, common men are targeted. 56 years in this country, a dynasty was ruling relentlessly. At that time, no one talked about the psyche and IQ of the Indian people. For the first time, a person gets elected for third. Tomorrow he may be elected for the third time. And psyche and IQ of the Indian people is under question. Now we talked also about the social media. Social media, this is the following, that is the following, they don't have following. And the gentleman also talked about the toilets. What I'm asking is, if a person is a beneficiary of a toilet, do you think that he's going to commit that thing and he's going to open that thing on social media that I have become defecation free? He will not. He will be the silent voter of that particular party.
That's a very good point.
Similarly, if a person does not have tap water in his house, is he going to be active on social media? These people can't even write 4 to 5 lines in English, Hindi, Marathi, whatever mother tongue they have. They are not from that particular category. But when they have a tap water connection, when they have a toilet at their place, at that time they become beneficiary and they become the silent voters.
Saurabh, you are talking about the silent voters. There is also what the Prime Minister called the silent foreign destructive ideology. Saurabhji, I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but I believe that money is being spent in India against the interests of our country. After all, George Soros said that I will spend $1 billion to fund a network which will oppose people who are pro-nationalism. And these are the words of George Soros. He said that democratically elected Narendra Modi is creating a Hindu nationalist state. How do I know, Saurabh Shah, that the money of George Soros is not going into funding protests against the results of the general elections? Because the pre-planned manner almost seems to be almost as if there's a sense of remote control about the entire proceedings. What do you think, Saurabh Ji?
You're absolutely right. Soros and his associates, they are spread across Europe. They are going to fund in a very big way, What we have seen in Shaheen Bagh or farmers' agitation is just a small trailer, very small trailer of it. Some people say that they will not dare to challenge Modi. I say that they will become a daredevil.
Karo ya daredevils on this.
Karo ya maro. क्योंकि वैसे तो भी मरने वाले हैं वो लोग, हाँ? तो अभी खत्म करके, you remember the Prime Minister's car was gheraud at Punjab, just 10 kilometers away from Pakistan. Very small film called Civil War had come recently. Very bad film. But in that film, they have shown, it's from Hollywood. They have shown, I've seen that film, killing the President of United States in Oval Office. That's their agenda. And I have just 2 days back, I have written that article, and I have wished that my wishes are, I pray God that all these predictions of mine, I prove wrong. I want to tell Razak Saab,
Razak, listen to Saurabh Shah, very senior journalist.
आप बोलते हैं कि लोग मोदी के नाम पे वोट आते हैं, मोदी ये मोदी वे, क्या बेहतर है भारत के लिए? मोदी के नाम पे वोट आए या राहुल के नाम पे वोट आए?
या अखिलेश के नाम पे वोट आए या केजरीवाल के नाम पे वोट आए, किसके नाम पे वोट आए? किसका ट्रैक रिकॉर्ड सही है? आप बताइए मुझे, किसका ट्रैक रिकॉर्ड सही है? राहुल का है?
सर, आप
केजरीवाल का है?
आप गुजरात से हैं, इतिहास में कभी ऐसा नहीं हुआ था। पूरे क्षत्रिय सब लोग मोदी जी के खिलाफ 3 लाख लोगों ने प्रोटेस्ट किया, आपने देखा। तो आज आप कह रहे हैं कि वो पूरे सारे लोग मोदी जी को ही वोट किए। एक तो मोदी जी से नाराज, इलेक्शन चालू है और वो लोग नाराज हैं।
अगर ये प्रोटेस्ट,
सुनिए सर,
सुनिए मुझे,
हरियाणा, पंजाब, दिल्ली,
रजाक जी इनको इनकी बात काउंटर सुन लीजिए।
इतना बड़ा प्रोटेस्ट जो दिखाया जाता है, उसके बावजूद पुरुषोत्तम रूपाला के सामने ये हुआ था।
पटेल का भी एजेंशन हुआ था ना,
उसके बावजूद रूपाला जी मेजोरिटी से 5 लाख से ज्यादा वोट से राजकोट में जीते हैं।
की बात नहीं कर रहा हूं, मैं बोल रहा हूं कि किसान आंदोलन, किसान भी आंदोलन में रहे, मोदी जी की गवर्नमेंट के खिलाफ आंदोलन करते रहे। आप कह रहे हैं कि सारे मोदी जी को वोट कर दिए।
देखिए
सर, महिलाएं उनके खिलाफ थी, आप कह रहे हैं कि सारे वोट कर दिए।
देखिए
सर, अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट के लिए युवा उनके खिलाफ है, वो भी वोट कर दिए। आप कह रहे हैं कि सब कुछ प्रॉब्लमैटिक है देश में, ये भी मोदी को वोट कर दिया।
किसान आंदोलन एक
और इस हालत में इलेक्शन कमीशन ऑफ इंडिया नंबर्स नहीं देती, परसेंटेज देती।
एक मिनट,
मैं गलत हूं तो करेक्ट कीजिए अर्नब जी।
रमनीक
अर्नब, सबसे पहली बात तो लेट मी एक्सप्लेन दिस टू यू। ना तो इनके पास नेता है, ना नीति है, ना नियत है।
ये तो मोदी जी का डायलॉग है।
सुनो भाई, सुनो, ये डायलॉग की बात नहीं है, सच्चाई है। नहीं हजम होती तो आप
नेता भी है, नीति भी है, नियत भी है।
कौन है नेता तुम्हारा? क्या नीति है? आई विल टेल यू, नीति सुन लो। इनकी नीति है टू क्रिएट केओस, सिविल अनरेस्ट, एनार्की इन द कंट्री। और आई विल टेल यू, प्रोटेस्ट्स आर नॉट अ पैरामीटर। इलेक्शंस आर, सुनो, आपने बोला ना इतने लोग इकट्ठे हुए, उतने लोग इकट्ठे हुए,
वो तो हुआ ना।
सुनो ना, पटेल एजिटेशन हुआ, उसके बाद गुजरात में बीजेपी केम टू पावर। लेट्स डिस्कस द कोर इश्यूज इन दिस इलेक्शन। आर दीज इलेक्शंस रिग्ड? यस और नो? टेल मी नाउ। कल मत बोलना, कल मत बोलना। You don't know, then you don't speak about it.
Election Commission of India itself. Integrity of ECI.
Why are you speaking?
They never spoke up against BJP.
आप कल तक सो रहे थे।
They did not book
इलेक्शन 1 तारीख को लास्ट फेज
They did not give numbers.
Voting
after 11 days.
The elections happened in 7 phases.
सर
7 फेज में चुनाव हुआ, 7 में। आज बोल रहे हो आप?
सर आर्टिफिशियल
पोलिंग के 4 दिन बाद बोल रहे हो।
सवेरे वोट हुआ, शाम तक आप 5 बजे तक नंबर्स दे रहे हो।
How do you know?
आप फाइनल नंबर
How do you know? ये हर बार हुआ है, हर बार हुआ है। रजाक,
Ratan Sharda, my question is, Ratan Sharda, if they felt it was rigged, तो फर्स्ट फेज के बाद इतनी खुशी क्यों हो रही थी?
Exactly.
वोट नहीं हो रहा है जी।
129 बीजेपी को थे।
They should have complained then, yeah.
They have no faith in the people. Their advocates say कि भैया मिडिल क्लास धोखा दे रही है, इनको सेक्युलरिज्म का कुछ अता पता नहीं है। टिकैत ने इतना शोर मचाया, इतना बड़ा एजिटेशन हो गया, वो भी हार गया, डिपॉजिट जब्त हुआ। So there is a difference between how people react in a particular situation and what the real situation. आप लगातार they are boiling the cauldron continuously. Every 2-3 months, any action, they will go to court. Every action, they will go parliament. Patel agitation, like he pointed out, nothing mattered finally. Kshatriya, nothing will matter because ultimately they also know what is good for the nation. They will not go by false promises, continuously creating chaos between caste on the basis of religion, on basis of caste, on basis of quotas. They have done all this. Muslim quota into OBC, SC/ST quota के अंदर Muslim, all that. When court decides, they say will not listen to court also. They don't want to listen to Supreme Court. They don't listen to High Court. They don't listen to Election Commission. They will not listen to anybody. They are living in their own paradise, which that people don't believe in them. All that state government that have done nothing for the people. So that's why people are not voting them. No, but will they ever understand this?
I'm coming to you.
What is Rahul Gandhi's achievement?
No, but this family
he can't save his constituency. He cannot save in Lok Sabha. He cannot speak in Lok Sabha. Yeah. He goes out and speaks. They believe people believe him.
No, this family's approach is, Ratan Sharda ji, and I'm just coming to you, Subirda, on this. You can add more light to it. If we are not in power, nobody should be in power.
Exactly.
After all,
they have disdain for the people. They have conceit for the people.
Between 1947 and 1981 or so, they have dismissed 41 state governments. Correct. Because they could not win the election. They dismissed the state government so they could come to power. This family, Pulla Rao, is singularly responsible for destroying democracy in India. Now that democracy is throwing them out, their last resort, Pulla Rao, Karan, is the anarchy route. Absolutely. And people watching the program must understand, youngsters must understand how dangerous the politics of this family is. 41 state governments were removed. Almost 2 state governments to 3 state governments every year were removed. Every 4 to 5 months, one state government was dismissed by this family so that they could retain power. Do you think now they are seeing, Karan, the last nail on the coffin? They feel if we lose power this time, if we are out this time, there's no coming back. So they are going to get very desperate.
Dismissed how?
How
were the governments dismissed? How were the governments dismissed? Operation Lotus. Operation Lotus.
When you say is it a conspiracy theory that George Soros is colluding with them to orchestrate these riots, it's no longer a conspiracy theory. There were direct links between people who traveled with Rahul Gandhi on the Bharat Jodo Yatra. Harsh Mandir, Praveen Chakravarti, directly linked to Open Society and directly linked to Bharat Jodo Yatra or the NAC, which Sonia Gandhi had anointed over Manmohan Singh back in 2009. So there is a direct link. It's no longer a conspiracy theory. They are singularly responsible for trying to foment violence, chaos, because they democratically cannot defeat the Prime Minister. You are right.
No,
Mr. Modi hacks. He hacks hard.
Talk about Goa government. Talk about Karnataka government. Talk about Maharashtra government. Was it the healthy victory?
The hearts of the people.
Was it the healthy victory?
That is where you failed.
It was a backdoor entry.
You hacked the hearts
It was a cheating. It was
Subirda will
cheating.
speak. Listen,
Operation
Razak, I've given Subirda the turn. Subirda, please. Subirda is speaking.
Can I make a point?
Respect people's mandate.
Can I make a point? What is this?
Not what was carried out in Karnataka.
Wait.
What was carried out in Maharashtra. Not what was carried out in Rajasthan, Chhattisgarh,
1 minute.
Madhya Pradesh.
Let me show you something.
Just give me a minute.
Let me show you something. The NDA projected vote share. Just look at this. Razak includes Karnataka. NDA projected vote share. NDA projected vote share is breaching 50% in important states like Gujarat, Karnataka, Uttar Pradesh and Bihar. I'm saying at some point, viewers, there are people who disrespect the mandate. We are dealing with a family. And unfortunately, the family is supported by other parties like DMK, CPI, CPM. I mean, the CPM, I feel sorry for them. They have destroyed themselves in the process of tying up with the Congress, but they won't understand. Anyway, Subirda, we are in a situation of great precariousness. We don't know whether the opposition will try to create chaos tomorrow, but we have every indication that they might. This is not a situation you and I have dealt with before. As journalists, we report on the results of the election and report the reactions. We've not dealt with a situation like this. Is there a precedent anywhere else in the world apart from Donald Trump and the attempted coup at Capitol Hill where this has happened on January 6th? Has it happened anywhere else in the world?
Can I say something here and not be interrupted?
Sir.
I am not against protest politics. Protest is part of democracy. Don't you ever forget, next door in Bangladesh, protest politics brought down military governments. General Zia and General Ershad's government was brought down. My point here is very simple. If the protest or the logic of protest here, Jayaprakash Narayan movement, total revolution, brought down the Congress, the emergency. Sure. So what I'm trying to say is, if the issues raised by the protest actually resonates with the people, it will translate in elections. The movement of Jayaprakash Narayan led to 77 where Indira Gandhi lost the election. The elections in 1991 in Bangladesh, following the toppling of General Ershad, through protest, finally led to election results where democratic parties came to power. Okay? So protest is part and parcel of democracy and there is no need.
But is the protest...
But the point I'm trying to say is...
1 minute. Let me tell you, you speak about Bangladesh, the excesses of the Pakistanis, Pakistani military on the Bangladeshi people led to that. This is different, Subirda. This is a protest about an election.
No. General Zia and Ershad were not Pakistanis. They were Bengali dictators. So their government was brought down by protest. They are not Pakistanis. Let's get this right.
Country. My question is, Subirda, let's be reasonable.
Whether your protest issues resonate with the people or not will be showing in elections. So if there is a furious protest against a government which is unpopular, it is brought down by protest. Next election...
Can I ask Subirda, there's a contradiction here. If there is a furious protest against the government which is unpopular, how can there be a protest against a government which has been reinstated with a larger
That is the
majority?
point. That is the point I was coming to.
Look at India itself, right from 47.
That is the point I was coming
Every election that we have fought, every election that has been lost, people have stepped down gracefully. They might complain, but they will not try to topple the country, government and come on the streets, creating every kind of chaos. Never was it done. But this today's sore losers scene that you see today, you could not connect to people. Your people didn't take your trust because they never believed. Now you are trying to create, your doubt. First you create doubt about Supreme Court, you create doubt about High Court. I'm repeating it because that's what you're doing. CA protest, were they genuine? No, because they were not against Muslims. You created chaos. Farmer, you never sat on the table. You kept on protesting. Finally, people didn't listen to you. Every election you fought after the protest, you lost. But still, you are persisting with this indignified, indecent stand. You are disrespecting the people. You are insulting the people. Let the result come. Why are you creating? We're getting ready for it. EVM debate. Thrice you are lost to Supreme Court. Thrice you are lost to Supreme Court in EVM debate.
Saurabh wants to say something.
Supreme Court EVM. Thrice you are lost.
I have a valid logical.
I have
a valid point.
Consist less from the Supreme Court. Give me one reason.
I'm going to Saurabh for a minute.
When you win the election, fine. You are creating chaos about EVM. You are saying election.
Let me get Saurabh.
Vote का percentage उससे क्या हार जाएंगे जीत जाएंगे?
I want to make a very
election analysis.
I want to make a very important point related to foreign policy and foreign hand. In 1993, we began with our Lukis policy because we were understanding that whole Pakistan's policy is our foreign policy, and that is why we were Look West policy. In last 5 to 7 years, if we see the government has purposefully ignored Pakistan.
Policy. I am saying here about result. Pula Rao is behind you. Yeah. Pula Rao ji, Congress lost Madhya Pradesh, Rajasthan, Chhattisgarh. After that, Udit Raj of the Congress party said, "Zarur EVM में कुछ हुआ है, वरना ऐसे नतीजों की उम्मीद नहीं थी." You have complained about after 2017 when in the Punjab results, Kejriwal blamed the EVMs. He didn't thank the EVMs when he won.
Yeah.
So, at an hour of defeat, the people of this country are watching you very, very closely. You're showing your anger on the people. People will understand that. Pula Rao, this time, if the Congress party does not accept the result.
I just want to say...
Imagine if the BJP were to start protesting on the streets of Bangalore after losing Karnataka. What would happen?
The point is, if there is public sentiment, the protest will be well received.
No, that anybody can say, sir.
But there is one logical reason. 1 million machines. 1 million machines try to change chips of 1 million machines.
I want to understand how is the result of an election not a reflection of public sentiment? If an election result is not a reflection of public sentiment, what is sort of?
Your people sign the paper. You check the machines. 1 million.
Just one. Give me 1 minute.
How you can hack 1 million machines?
Arnab, let us see tomorrow whether Rahul Gandhi's mohabbat ki dukaan is the actual mohabbat ki dukaan or the nafrat ki dukaan. If they gracefully accept the result, the mandate, then we'll try and understand where they have gone wrong in terms of leadership, policy or whatever, XYZ. Now, second is, when the Congress party has to go to their barracks and they have to introspect, they want to come out in the open and create anarchy in this country, to create civil disturbance and unrest in this country. Now, second is, Rahul Gandhi has gone through the length and breadth of this country via 2 Bharat Jodo Yatras.
Yeah.
This is a result of the vigorous campaign done by Rahul Gandhi and his team on one side and Prime Minister Narendra Modi and his team on the other side. Do not disrespect the mandate of the people. Do not undermine the intellect of the people. You may be educated, you may be foreign educated.
Hear me out, sir.
Let me finish. Let me conclude, sir. You may be foreign educated, you may have a foreign blood in your bloodline, you may have a big surname, but an ordinary Indian in the streets, in the villages of this country, they know who should lead the country into the next century, who has a vision for this country, and do not disrespect the
Just one thing. Purely hypothetical question. Suppose tomorrow BJP and NDA loses the election.
That's happening.
100% they are losing as the election. Hypothetical question. Do you think, Arnab and every guest, that Modi, Amit Bhai, and all the BJP cadres, all the RSS cadres, all the VHP cadres will come out on the street? No.
They won't.
Sir, I'll tell you.
They won't. No, they won't.
They won't.
And the way I see it at the close, I just want to say one thing. There are a group of protest parasites who I believe are operated at the whims and directions of vested external forces, ladies and gentlemen. And this is not good for our country's progress. We carried this campaign on Republic Bharat. And viewers, 100% of people are saying that they will not support protests against the verdict. You may speak for it, Razak, but let me tell you, the way I see, the way people are responding, Congress supporters are saying, accept the verdict. It is time the Vadra family understands and speaks the same language. I'll see you in a few minutes.